Thank you for being here at the Pavilion blessing ceremony today. So good to see so many of you. Gosh, it's been a while since we've seen some of you, and just yesterday when we've seen some of you. So thank you for being here. This has been a huge project in so many ways.
That's an understatement.
From the very time that we actually got the villa, the work that's been done inside, outside, then finally realizing we really needed a pavilion. A lot of you were here when we used the tents up above, and it kind of worked, but it kind of wasn't really a permanent solution. We got to talking about what do we really need, and it kind of evolved, you know. And then we had some initial ideas we'll tell you about in just a minute, but then Adamas got involved, and it's like, if you're going to do it right. Don't do something halfway. So what you're seeing today is the culmination of a lot of work, a lot of planning, a lot of fun, a lot of sweat. It was a lot, but we're finally here. We've arrived, and to me, this is kind of a historic day.
It's beyond that. It's just over the top. And I was really having a hard time because the energies were just so strong and beautiful. I just didn't know what I didn't know what to do with it.
You saw what happened during the shout when Chama came and handed Adamas the mic, like, use this, and he's like, no, I don't do that. So, but you have to. Yeah. Or talk into my mic.
Oh, sure, buddy. So, anyways, thank you for choosing to be here. And, you know, again, we got so excited because when people come to this island, if they hadn't been here before, everyone feels the beauty of the island. And there's just something beautiful and conducive about it. Truly, truly a beautiful place. So thank you for knowing that and being here at this incredible celebration of this new level of being able to do events and even broadcast here.
So let's take a deep breath and start with some music, really, to get the energies all together for the rest of our blessing ceremony. Please welcome Gerhardt and Anat.
Mantori ututigu mau saber kamempe Mantori ututigu mau saber kamempa Mantori ututigu Iwa jue araruna Iwa jue araruna mawaya Ini kewi kuana araruna It will be beautiful if we bring all our voices together to tone and open that moment with all of our voices.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, blessing is about honoring and acknowledging. A blessing is something that can be given or received. In the work that we've done here with the pavilion, with Villa Ahmyo, the blessings have been many, many along the way, and we'd like to acknowledge some of that. We'd like to receive the blessings, or we already have received so many of them, and we'd like to then give our blessings to those who have made this possible. So, Linda.
First and foremost, great gratitude to Shaumbra. And all of this exists because of Shaumbra.
As a matter of fact, there was a point where we were trying to figure out the name for the pavilion, and I thought I'd suck up to Adamus and call it the Adamus Pavilion, and he said, absolutely not. It needs to be the Shaumbra Pavilion, because it's all about Shaumbra. It's all about the work that we do. It's about you. It's about this incredible journey we've been on together. So he insisted that it was called the Shaumbra Pavilion. The next one.
Yes.
Couldn't.
Great thanks to all of those characters and entities that we are so graciously blessed with. Saint Germain, Tobias, Cthulhu, Metatron, and Adamus Saint Germain. I mean,
Yeah.
you got to say it all right.
Yeah, we've received so many blessings from them in these past 20 years with the entities coming in and guiding us and sharing with us,
20
getting us
years.
laughing, distracting, everything else that they do. So we'd like to take a moment with you today to send our blessings to these incredible entities that have come through for us. Let's take a deep breath and send our blessings back to them. Next on the list, blessings that we receive almost every day from the Crimson Circle staff, who are so supportive. Without them, we simply couldn't do what we do. They're amazing in every way. They work hard. They're absolutely committed to what we're all doing. Let's take a deep breath for that entire Crimson Circle staff that does so much and does it so well.
So intensely they work to get everything in service to all of us. It's amazing.
So big blessings to all of you, the Crimson Circle staff. Some of you are here. About half of you are here. The other half back home, hopefully, sleeping pretty soon. What else?
Jeff?
Yes.
It's only 3 hours ahead.
I know, but it's been a long week. We've been keeping up. We've been keeping up to all sorts of hours.
And then, of course, one of the most beautiful gifts that evolved was the studio in Colorado. Truly, truly amazing the way it let us reach out to people all over the world.
It changed our lives. We were traveling like crazy dogs. Sorry, Belle. We were traveling like crazy all over the world. And when we finally decided it was time to do the studio, it really changed everything. We were able to reach out to Shaumbra everywhere from the Colorado studio. This is kind of like now Studio West. It's got a lot of the features, a lot of the things. But that studio in Colorado made such a difference in our lives and in Crimson Circle and hopefully to Shaumbra. So we want to send our blessings to the studio.
It let us reach to places that we couldn't have possibly gone to, with our individual Shaumbras and far all around the world, and the studio let us connect with them.
We've received a lot of blessings from Villa Ahmyo right here. It was about just a little over 2 years ago where we came to Hawaii after really looking all around the world for a place. We looked in Mexico, Portugal, Canada, Germany, the U.S., different places. And we finally came here to take a look at property with really no intention of necessarily buying anything on the spot, but we did. And it's turned out to be the perfect place.
Well, that was because we didn't think about it so much. We just allowed it to happen.
We just did it.
And it's been a gift beyond words.
And if we'd thought about it, we'd have probably never really done it. But it's turned out to be an ideal location. Those of you who have been here before, there's just such a magical energy here on the island and such a tranquil, beautiful energy right here at Villa Ahmyo. So it's blessed us in many ways. So we would like to send that blessing back to Villa Ahmyo.
Yes.
Let's take a deep breath with that. Good. Next on the list. Very special blessing to somebody who's here with us today. When we were considering doing the pavilion and, we're looking at what it would cost, what it would take to do it, she was such an influence in getting us to think outside the box, to think big, to think beautiful, to think creative. We'd like to give a very, very special thanks to Hortense for everything
An amazing lady. Amazing
Thank
lady.
you. Go ahead. Would you stand
Thank you,
up?
Hortense.
Good.
She's pretty humble, but she's very, very amazing.
And you see right off to the side here is the Hortense Garden in honor. Thank you so much. It means a lot.
And then, also on the list, so that there's always things that need to be done here and a lot of work that's always ongoing. And, there's just stuff, bugs and birds and
everything every day.
Everything.
Yeah.
Every day.
It takes a lot of work to run a property like this.
Incredible amount of work. And we are honored to have Michelle Carrazzo managing the property.
So you've given us many blessings. We give them back to you now. Thank you. She really works hard in keeping everything together and communicating with us if we're on the other side of the world, what's going on here in Kona. And it would have been so hard to do it without her.
Absolutely.
So thank you once again.
And then, again, Jeff and I have gotten to a point in life when you try to do something, if it feels like you're pushing really hard uphill, it's sometimes better just to walk away. But sometimes things just show up. They're just so right, and it's beyond words. And there's a person like that helped us dramatically, and that would be Bob Sittler. He was our general contractor that helped us create the pavilion from the bottom up, all of it, including working with the grounds, all of it.
I have to say, it's difficult to get things done on the island like we're used to back on the mainland. It's very, very different. It takes my Virgo aspect about a week really to get used to it. I want it now. I want it on time. I want to push, push, push. And the island's different. We had a lot of trouble finding somebody once we decided we were going to do this. Finding somebody who we could trust, who worked hard, and who really understood our needs. By kind of a series of coincidences, we met Bob Sittler, our general contractor. Bob, would you come up and say a few words? Thanks.
Thank you so much. That was very blessing of you.
Yeah.
I'm not really a man of a whole lot of words. I'm more of a man of action. I like to get things done, and these folks gave me 100% of their backing and support for me just to get this project off and running. And the only words that I really pushed for the action was to the workers. If they didn't get it done, then I was a man of words to get the action going. And they weekly were on the phone with me, making sure that I had everything that I needed to get this project done, and I'm so thankful that I was part of it. I want to thank you guys. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you. Sorry. Thanks. And we could not have done it without you.
Really
Thank
could
you.
not have.
And
We know
you
it.
really upheld the whole quality standard, which was important. No cutting corners, no second best. So we can't thank you enough. Look how beautiful it turned out. I
Well, I
mean,
had a good support team,
yeah.
and that's what it takes.
Yeah,
Support team, like they folks have you.
yeah.
It's all about support.
So
Thanks for being here.
thank you, Bob.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Bob.
it.
Truly appreciate you.
So next on the list, when we got going with the project, it started actually kind of sitting up in the pavilion or up above and saying, this just isn't quite right with these tents that we pop up. And some of you know we had some big storms come along, and we're out there and scrambling,
Scurrying into the house
having to
and
run
just-
in and figure out what to do next. And we just said, this isn't going to work. So I came up with the bright idea of just extending the pergola a little bit. And I realized later that that wasn't a very good idea for a lot of reasons. And all this time, Linda and Horace and I were talking, Horace Deneau, and Horace, of course, is an architect. And Horace was saying, no, we need to build a pavilion. I mean, a place that's just for Shaumbra, not this kind of half-baked, piece together, add on to the pergola type of thing. He said, we need to do it right. We kind of resisted. We thought of the time, the money, and everything else. And pretty soon, Horace came to us with a drawing of the pavilion, of his concept of it. We took one look at that and said, that's it. We got to do it. We'll figure it out. The money will be there when we need it, but we've got to do that. So really special thanks to Horace for his vision, for his tenacity, and following through on every detail. You look at the detail in here, and it was Horace wanting to do such a beautiful job. So Horace, could you get off the camera for a moment, come up here and say a few words? Thank you. So we're gonna.
When I left Norway a few years ago and started traveling at one of the workshops in Austria, in Rust, I met again Jeff and Linda after their workshops throughout Europe. And Linda asked me one night, she said, we have this beautiful property that we bought in Hawaii, and we would like to build a place for Shaumbra where we can hold our gatherings, because probably we will be more often in Hawaii. It doesn't really snow here, so I can understand why. From that moment on, I could say that the project started in my mind. The ideas, the concept, and a bit of resistance, because how could I do it? Such a big and significant project for me. Soon enough, I found myself in Norway. A few other coincidences made it that I traveled to US for a channeling workshop. Then I stayed at the Shaumbra where I met my wife, Michelle. 3 months later, we got married. And in January 2018, I started sketching a bit more on the project, coming up closer to the design. And after one meeting with Jeff and Linda and the staff members in Louisville, Colorado, I got a better glimpse and feel of what they would need. One of the most important things for them, it was that they will have a space that they can have the safety, the sound, the gear, the cameras, the storage. But on my mind, everything that was happening was proportions. How do I make this place feel proportionate? How do I make this place feel like a space where you would like to be, a space where you would like to enjoy your time and feel safe and relaxed? So everything in nature is proportionate. Our face has its proportions. For example, the nose fits in the face 3 times. The height of the ear is as big as the nose. The eyes are as big as the mouth. Everything follows this sacred geometric, let's say, proportions. It's found in flowers, these rhythms are found in everything. So I tried to integrate those proportions in the very floor that we sit in. The dimensions are 20 by 30. That's basically the sacred geometry rectangle, 20 by 30. And when I walked in, I was surprised to feel that it feels right. The height is good. The dimension of the floor feels right. Basically, the pavilion is, I would say, a composite pavilion. It's everybody's energy. Linda's idea of the handrail and the ipe turned out wonderful. Jeff decided on the floor and the storage areas, how big they should be, what he wants to fit in. He's the one who decided on the gear that should go on the ceiling. We basically listened to each one of the staff members' ideas, and we integrated everybody in. I would like, at the end of this, to thank Jeff and Linda for the opportunity that I got to design this beautiful creation. At one point in my life, I decided to quit architecture. I said, I will not do architecture anymore until it comes to me. And so it did. It came to me. Now I live on the island with Michelle, my wife, who's been every step of the way close to me. She's been very much part of the design. Michelle, what do you think about the height of the handrail? What do you think about the dimension of the closet? What do you think about the chairs sitting over there? So she was very much part of the project. I would like to give thanks to Joe Zhang, who is, I hope he's still here. He's here. Joe Zhang is a local architect who took the drawings, the concept, and the 3Ds that we developed and helped us get the building permit. He brought his talent and the details. He did the paperwork. He always answered our emails, our phone calls. He was very supportive. And basically, we got the help from a local architect. Joe is part of the company Weigang and Marvik. Very talented and very supportive. And many times I had to call Peter because we had to develop a very complex electric plan. For every little socket and outlet, we had to sometimes give a phone. Hey Jeff, would you like this outlet over there? Hey Peter, would you like this camera over there? And there have been many, many hours on the phone. But I'm very pleased of the project, and I'm honored, and I would like to thank everybody for coming here, and I hope we have a good time, and blessings to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Horace. And it was fun to work with you. It was fun to work with everybody on the project. But let's send big blessings to Horace. He's given so many blessings to us in the way of the pavilion. So, Horace, please receive our blessings.
Thank you.
Before we
Wait.
yes.
Wait.
Yes,
Okay.
we have to move on to the pavilion
I
now.
know, but you're forgetting
whole
something very
pavilion.
important, very important.
What? I thought I wrote it on my list. Let's see.
We had a dog named Fred that died in 2004.
Yeah.
And no dog could replace that dog. And then we were traveling a lot, and it was just no dog could replace Fred. So when we bought this place, all of a sudden, one night we had just owned the place, and we were sitting, and I had my arms sitting there, and it was dark. It was late at night, and all of a sudden, this thing that looked a little bit like Fred popped its head up underneath my arm, and I never flinched. It was Belle. It was Belle. I'm getting goosebumps, Belle. She is truly an incredibly
The Ahmyo
conscious
dog.
being. A conscious being. Incredible. Constantly observing, constantly aware. So who buys a place and expects a dog to come with it?
You know, Belle really has been a blessing. She comes around to all the workshops and just loves on everybody, and then lays here quietly. I remember the first time she came when we were doing a workshop, she laid right at Adamas's feet the whole time. He had to kind of walk around here, but she really is a wonderful blessing. She amuses the hell out of us, and it's the dog we couldn't have before. Oh, and it doesn't belong to us. So, but anyway, thank you, Belle, for everything. She's laying here like, okay, all right. Let's get on with the blessing for the pavilion. Let's take a good deep breath and welcome Kahuna Keahola. A big
Yes.
Shaumbra welcome
Yes.
to Kahuna.
Na kupuno ke au, na kupuno ka po, e ho mau i ke o ko pula pula e, pali ka po, puka i ke au, velina mai ana kuma ko leo e, aloha e. Aloha e Akahae na vai Lo kahia kulike O luolu kamana o Ha'a ko kulana Aho nui alana kila Aloha e Aloha e Aloha e Aloha e I'm here to bless this pavilion with the gift of aloha. And here is the bundle that represents the gift of aloha. In Hawaii, we are so blessed to have this gift. And everywhere we go, everyone we meet, the first word that come out is the greeting of aloha. And so I would like to share with you what the aloha means and what it represents. Aloha, you may know as the love. But it is really the love of the Creator that is everywhere, in everything, and in everyone. And so for the Hawaiian culture, we always greet one another with the word aloha because we acknowledge the presence of that Creator in this moment. The aloha also have individual values, and I would like to share that with you. If you'd come up here, right here. And the first, and we'll spell out the word aloha. The first letter is A. Kahuna Hawaii. Akahai means kindness. To be kind to yourself, that you may be kind to everyone else. And we open that value. The letter L means lokahi. Lokahia kulike. Lokahi means to come in unison and in harmony. And we open that value. The letter O means O olu kamana o. Olu means to come from pleasant thoughts. And we open that value. The letter H stands for Ha'ahakokulana. Ha'aha'a means humility, to be humble. And we open that value. And the last letter A comes in two folds. The first one, ahonui. Ahonui means to come from patience, especially in this world that we live in today, where everything can be had with a touch of a button. But there are times that we need to plant the seeds, we need to nourish the ground, and we need to take responsibility for that seed, for it to grow, to bloom, and to produce the fruits. And we need that patience. And we open that value of patience. And the other part is Ahonui alana kila. Alana kila means that while you're in that patient mode, you need to continue to persevere. You need to continue to strive towards your goals, your dreams, so that everything will come into fruition and all of your dreams and goals will be realized. And we open that value. So we have opened the gift of aloha that permeates this pavilion, so that from this moment on, every time you enter into this space, you are entering into the space of aloha. So if you come from other than the love of the Creator, then you need to leave that outside and walk in with the love of the Creator, that everyone else can feel the love amongst you. So this gift have been opened and released. And we would like for you to share your love in this moment. But first, may I have the flower? Okay. This flower represents the torch, the light that shines from Linda and Jeffrey in their seminars and workshops here, that you have a place to look for that enlightenment, and so that you can see the reflection in yourself, that the light is also within you. So we're going to place this beacon of light into this gift of aloha. Got it. Now, may I have a leaf? Now, each of you were given a loa'i fern. This fern represents your hands with all the fingers. And it is these hands that come to support. These hands that come to embrace. These hands that come to share and to care for one another. And so I would like, and the reason why you were given this in advance is because the Hawaiians believe once you touch something, you infuse your mana, your inner spirit. And so you holding this for the past half an hour or so, your mana have been infused into this loa'i fern. And we want for you to come up by rows, hand me your ferns, that we may add it to this gift of aloha. Would you come up, please? Okay.
For simplicity, just come on up and then go out back.
Yep, just come row by row.
We'll do this side first and then come over here.
So it's the giving and the receiving is the same thing. And so what was just a single leaf in your hands, when you come together as a ohana, as a family, it becomes a thing of beauty. It becomes a bouquet. And so the Hawaiians have a saying, it's a kako thing. Kako means everyone. No one is excluded. May I have one more leaf, please? And because they say no one is excluded, I'm speaking of you.
Don't do that right here. Stop that. Stop that.
So how beautiful it is when we all come together for the right reasons, for the right intentions, seeking our highest good at all times. So this is the gift of aloha from us to you and you to us. So we are one. Now, this is also a gift of aloha. I'm going to have you hold this. This one we're going to open. Oh. Now, this lei is made with a sacred leaf called the la'i. And we make it into a rope fashion. The flowers are Chinese lantern. And I picked this because when I put it around your neck, I want the lantern to always be shining before you, that you know where your source is. And you can always come for that love, for that blessing. I'll take this one. And so this lei of the same la'i, I made 3 strands, and it's made in a rope fashion so that it represents the unity of everything coming together. It represents the strength that if you try to break this, I don't think you can. But anyway, I'll put it around your neck, up on your shoulders. So this is the gift of aloha to you both and to us all. A mama ua noa, a mama ua noa, a mama ua noa. The words have been spoken and released, and it is so.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Kaho. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. Kaho also did the blessing ceremony when we first broke ground. I think a few of you were here for that. And it's just, it's so perfect. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the beauty and the energy that you bring with you and that connection to this beautiful, beautiful place. Thank you so, so much for what you do and the beauty of it.
Thanks. Thanks. Well, you know, it's almost 5 o'clock, and I think somewhere, I think it's time we go enjoy a little Prosecco to celebrate the blessing of the pavilion today, and thank all of you for being here. So let's go up on the pool level and enjoy a little bit of libation. Thank you once again for all being here, and thank you for the beautiful music. And thank you, Belle, and thank you, everybody. Let's go.
Thank you, truly. Thank you.